Right in the heart of Europe lies a modern, forward-thinking nation where citizens enjoy both freedom and a high quality of life. Welcome to Austria, a country celebrated for its impressive infrastructure, refined architecture, and vibrant cities. While many recognize Austria through its famed capital, Vienna, it's often mistakenly confused with Australia due to their similar names. But Austria proudly stands on its own as one of Europe's most culturally rich and economically strong countries. Despite being landlocked, Austria shares borders with 8 countries. To the north lies the Czech Republic, while Slovakia and Hungary sit to the east. Thanks to the Schengen Agreement, Austrians can travel across borders with ease. To the south, Austria touches Slovenia and Italy, and to the west, it's bordered by Switzerland, Liechtenstein, and Germany. This ideal location allows Austrians to enjoy weekend getaways to nearby nations with minimal effort. Vienna, the cultural and political capital. Austria's crown jewel is undoubtedly Vienna, a city gracefully split by the majestic Danube River. Much like other major European capitals, Vienna's most dynamic and vibrant areas, including its iconic landmarks and bustling urban districts, are concentrated predominantly on the western side of the river. This side of the city is where tradition meets innovation, housing not only the international airport and grand imperial architecture but also stylish cafes, cutting-edge museums, and vibrant cultural venues. From the opulent Schönbrunn Palace to the futuristic museums Cartier, Vienna offers an elegant blend of the past and the present, attracting millions of tourists each year. Home to approximately 2 million residents, Vienna accounts for nearly a quarter of Austria's total population of around 9 million. This figure includes both registered citizens and a significant number of unregistered or temporary residents, such as international students, expats, and seasonal workers. This cosmopolitan character gives Vienna a diverse, multicultural atmosphere that enriches its art, cuisine, and daily life. Austria as a whole spans about 84,000 square kilometers, making it relatively small in size but impressively varied in geography and development. Other important urban centers include Graz, known for its universities and Mediterranean charm, and Salzburg, the picturesque birthplace of Mozart and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. With the Alps covering nearly 62% of Austria's territory, the nation faces unique geographical constraints. However, this has led to a clever and efficient use of the remaining land, which is carefully managed for urban development, agriculture, and green space. Austria is renowned for its high standard of living, eco-friendly policies, and seamless integration of nature with modern infrastructure. Vienna embodies this balance beautifully, offering not only architectural grandeur and political importance but also expansive parks, clean public transportation, and a deep-rooted appreciation for culture, music, and intellectual life. As both the cultural heartbeat and political powerhouse of the country, Vienna stands as a shining example of how history and modernity can coexist in harmony. Football, quality of life, and international recognition. For sports fans, Austria boasts a passionate and well-established football culture that reflects the nation's deep-rooted enthusiasm for the game. Prominent clubs such as Sturm Graz, Rapid Wien, Austria Wien, and RB Salzburg are central to this identity, each with a dedicated fanbase and storied histories. Match days are electric, with stadiums coming alive through chants, flags, and a strong sense of community. RB Salzburg, in particular, has made headlines in recent years with its impressive performances in European competitions, helping to raise Austria's profile in the international football scene. Youth development is also a key focus, with academies across the country nurturing future stars and emphasizing teamwork, discipline, and skill. But Austria's appeal goes far beyond the football pitch. Vienna consistently ranks at the top of global quality of life indexes, and in 2024, it once again earned the distinction of being the most livable city in the world. It frequently trades this coveted title with Zurich, Switzerland, another European city known for its stability and comfort. What sets Vienna apart is its harmonious blend of affordability, safety, world-class healthcare, efficient public transport, and a strong cultural heritage. The city offers an exceptional standard of living that balances urban sophistication with accessibility to nature, clean air, and low crime rates. This level of livability isn't exclusive to Vienna. Cities like Graz, Innsbruck, and Linz also contribute to Austria's reputation for offering a high quality of life. The country invests heavily in public infrastructure, education, and green initiatives, making it not only a desirable place to live but also a responsible global citizen in terms of sustainability and social welfare. Public services are efficient and accessible, and the emphasis on work-life balance ensures that residents enjoy both productivity and leisure. Whether you're a native Austrian or a newcomer drawn by work, study, or adventure, living in Austria truly feels like a privilege. The country's rich cultural scene, thriving economy, and welcoming environment offer both comfort and opportunity. Combined with its international recognition for livability, Austria, and Vienna in particular, continues to attract people from around the world looking to build a fulfilling life in a place where quality, beauty, and community come together seamlessly. A deep historical legacy. Austria's rich and complex past stretches back over a millennium, with roots deeply embedded in the fabric of European history. The earliest recorded use of the name dates to 996 AD, when the region was called Ostariki, an Old High German term meaning Eastern Realm. This name referred to its position on the eastern edge of the Frankish Empire and later evolved into the Latinized version we know today, Austria. Even in its earliest days, Austria's geographic location placed it at the crossroads of major cultural and political developments. The true rise of Austria as a dominant European force came with the ascent of the House of Habsburg in the late Middle Ages. The Habsburgs became one of the most influential royal families in European history, ruling vast territories that spanned much of Central Europe for centuries. Through strategic marriages, political alliances, and military campaigns, the Habsburg dynasty extended its reach from the Netherlands and Spain to Hungary, Bohemia, and beyond. Vienna, the Habsburgs' imperial seat, became not only a center of power but also a beacon of art, music, and intellectual thought during the Renaissance and Baroque periods. Austria eventually became the nucleus of the Austrian Empire, and later, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, a major player on the European stage. These empires played critical roles in shaping the continent's borders, cultures, and conflicts, especially in the complex political web of 19th-century Europe. The Austro-Hungarian Empire was a diverse, multi-ethnic state encompassing much of Eastern and Central Europe, and although it faced internal challenges, it remained influential until its dissolution in the aftermath of World War I. The fall of the empire in 1918 marked a significant turning point in Austria's history. Following the war, the country transitioned into a republic, but the interwar period was fraught with economic hardship and political instability. Austria was annexed by Nazi Germany in 1938 during the Anschluss, a move that dramatically altered the nation's trajectory during World War II. After the war ended in 1945, Austria was occupied by Allied forces and did not regain full sovereignty until 1955, when the Austrian State Treaty restored its independence and neutrality, principles that still shape its foreign policy today. Since then, Austria has undergone profound modernization while carefully preserving its historical identity. Today, the country is a stable, democratic republic with a strong commitment to cultural preservation and international cooperation. Its cities are adorned with architectural treasures from imperial times, while its educational institutions, museums, and cultural festivals continue to celebrate Austria's remarkable contributions to history, music, philosophy, and the arts. Austria's deep historical legacy is not merely preserved in monuments and textbooks, it lives on in the everyday rhythms of Austrian life, offering a bridge between the grandeur of the past and the promise of the future. Economic powerhouse and global brands. Today, Austria is considered one of the most prosperous countries in the world. As of 2024, it ranked 19th on Forbes' list of wealthiest nations, with a per capita income of around $69,500. It also houses global brands such as Red Bull, Spar supermarkets, and Swarovski, which are well known far beyond Austrian borders. Traveler tips and local customs. If you're visiting Austria, especially Vienna, keep in mind that supermarkets close early on Saturdays, around 6 p.m., and are shut completely on Sundays. For weekend stays, plan your grocery needs ahead of time. The official language is German, though regional dialects like Bavarian are commonly spoken. Due to Austria's diverse population, languages like Slovenian, Hungarian, Turkish, Serbian, and Bosnian are also heard in daily life. Roughly 82% of the population is ethnically Austrian, and most signs and communications are in German. Religion and modern beliefs. Austria has historically been a stronghold of Christianity, particularly Roman Catholicism, which has deeply influenced its cultural identity, traditions, and national holidays. The grand cathedrals, ornate churches, and religious art that adorn Austrian cities and towns are enduring testaments to centuries of Catholic influence, most notably seen in landmarks like St. Stephen's Cathedral in Vienna and the Melk Abbey along the Danube. For much of its history, Catholicism was not just a dominant faith but an integral part of public life, education, and governance. Today, however, Austria reflects the changing spiritual landscape of modern Europe. While 55% of Austrians still identify as Roman Catholic, this number has been gradually declining, especially among younger generations. Protestantism, primarily Lutheran and Reformed branches, accounts for around 5% of the population and has historical roots in regions like Carinthia and Upper Austria, where the Reformation briefly gained traction in the 16th century before being suppressed by the Catholic Habsburg monarchy. In more recent decades, Austria has become increasingly diverse in terms of religious beliefs. Islam represents about 8% of the population, largely due to immigration from Turkey, the Balkans, and the Middle East. Muslim communities are most visible in urban centers like Vienna, where mosques, cultural associations, and halal businesses contribute to the city's multicultural character. Austria's Muslim population is younger on average and continues to grow, prompting ongoing discussions about integration, religious freedom, and social cohesion. At the same time, the number of Austrians who identify as non-religious has seen a significant rise, particularly among young adults and urban populations. Over 25% of the population now consider themselves non-religious or unaffiliated with any organized faith. This mirrors a broader European trend, especially in countries like the Czech Republic, where secularism is even more pronounced. Factors contributing to this shift include increasing secular education, societal modernization, and a growing skepticism toward institutional religion. Despite this religious transformation, Austria remains a country where freedom of belief is constitutionally protected and widely respected. Religious holidays, such as Christmas, Easter, and All Saints' Day, are still publicly celebrated, and religion classes are offered in schools, though participation is increasingly optional. The government works with officially recognized religious groups to foster dialogue and social peace, while also emphasizing a separation of church and state. In modern Austria, belief systems are diverse and evolving, ranging from devout religious practice to complete secularism. This plurality reflects the country's broader cultural openness and its ability to adapt to the changing values of its people while honoring the historical roots that continue to shape its national identity. Daily life in Vienna: clean, quiet, and safe. One of the first things you'll notice about Vienna is its tranquility and cleanliness. People often walk or cycle to their destinations. Traffic is orderly, and honking is rare. Residents strictly follow waste sorting rules. Green bins are for glass, while yellow ones are for paper and plastic. It's not uncommon to find the streets spotless and serene. Architecturally, Vienna is stunning. The city features elegant white and pastel-colored buildings, many centuries old yet immaculately maintained. These buildings exude charm and carry a sense of timelessness. A stroll through central Vienna reveals architectural gems on nearly every block. A must-see is the Austrian Parliament building, located on Ringstrasse. Designed by a Danish architect and constructed between 1873 and 1883, it was heavily damaged in World War II but meticulously restored and reopened in 1956. Just nearby is the Vienna City Hall, another magnificent building often adorned with the Austrian flag, a red-white-red banner believed to be one of the oldest national flags in use, dating back to the 12th century. Tradition alive in a modern world. While exploring Vienna, you might see horse-drawn carriages, or fiacres, rolling through the streets. These carriages, dating back to the 17th century, offer narrated city tours and are a symbol of Austrian heritage. Although most carriage drivers are men, some women have joined the ranks, giving the tradition a fresh face. However, the welfare of the horses remains an ongoing discussion. Vienna's urban planning is impressively thoughtful. Most roads include dedicated lanes for bicycles and pedestrians. It's important not to stray into bike lanes, as fast-moving cyclists can pose a danger to those on foot. Locals are mindful of their environment, even discouraging littering and smoking in public. Special orange and gray bins are provided along bike paths for safe cigarette disposal. Hallstatt, Austria's fairy tale village. Beyond Vienna, one of Austria's most iconic destinations is Hallstatt, a village so enchanting it looks like it was plucked from a storybook. Located in the Salzkammergut region, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is famous for its alpine views, crystal-clear lake, and 3,000-year-old salt mines. Hallstatt's beauty has captivated people across the globe, even inspiring a full-scale replica in China's Guangdong province. The village gained more fame after featuring in Korean dramas like Spring Waltz. A trip to Hallstatt offers panoramic views via cable cars and scenic trails around ancient salt mines. But while the village's popularity has boosted tourism, it's also led to overcrowding and environmental concerns. Still, most visitors agree it's a magical place worth experiencing. If you enjoyed this detailed exploration of Austria, from the grandeur of Vienna to the storybook charm of Hallstatt, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth guides to countries, cultures, and must-see destinations. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.